I'm Katrina, and this is Sow and Tare, and today we're going on an adventure. So the last video, if you haven't seen it, I'll put a link right here, and the last video we had trail camera, a wildlife camera, a camera trap, whatever you want to call it. We had an automatic camera on a deer carcass that was a road-killed deer, and got lots of vultures. There was a fox that came by, ravens, and then it happened. A bear. Here's the video. Now, that bear came by and within a couple minutes had taken this deer and it went away. So this is the story of figuring out where it took it, because I had this out. My parents were here for a visit. My dad woke up early, went to check on the deer, and he came back with both the cameras. I said, "What are you doing?" And he says, "It's gone." What's gone? What do you mean? What are you talking about? The deer's gone. I go, "What? The deer's gone?" I was expecting to have, you know, coyotes and whatever else come in and get footage of them, you know, having dinner. That's not what happened. This bear came in and it carried it off. And I was like, wow, well, let's figure out where it went. Now, I would have liked to have the cameras there. I should have put them back up because the scent was still there, especially since we knew after we watched the video that the bear had marked there. That can attract things or say stay away for some things. But that we took from where it was, where the cameras are, and it went, and we will show you where it goes. And I put up cameras at that location and got tons of bear footage. This is editing, Katrina. I wanted to let people know that the last whole half of this video is footage of basically the bear and somebody else who showed up finishing off the meal. Pretty cool. So, if you're ready for tons of bear footage, you're in the right place. And since this is a premiere, if you're watching it when it comes out, I'm in the chat. You go ahead and talk to me in the chat, ask questions. You know, I'll get your comments right away and all of that. So it was super exciting. My parents were there to experience with me, and then to put up the cameras and to check those cameras again, and get some pretty dang good footage of bear. Well, it is one bear. It's one bear, not bears, but a lot of footage of this bear is pretty dang exciting. So sit back, enjoy the video. If you're here during the premiere, go ahead and typey in there, and I'll try and answer what I can in the comments, and enjoy. All right, so the bear has moved the stuff, and there is a huge kettle right there of vultures. That's more than 20. So the deer used to be over here, and the bear came over this fence right here. I had a camera, my camera was mounted right here. Came over this fence here. We might try and do some tracking on the other side later on there. But it came over here and grabbed this and took off with it. And what looks like happened, you can follow the trail. Looks like it carried most of the way, set it down a few times, and went down the road. So let's follow that trail. You ready to follow the trail? You can talk too if you want. Actually, can I have you walk on that side of the road?
I will.
Ahead of me, so, yeah. To make sure that...
You want me to call out car if I see a car?
Yeah. So we see here's some fur. My mom's keeping me safe on the curb here. And you can follow over here. You can smell it here. Came over here. Oh, it dropped some guts. That's why I can smell it.
What kind of fruit is that?
These are called oak galls. Oh. They're caused by a wasp. I thought they were apples at first, but they're not. So, dropped off some guts and walked right past the house. Yeah, you can really follow this. Somebody else pooped here. A little fox maybe? And right here you can tell it dropped it. And this is, you okay with being in a video? Sure. This is right across from the access to the pasture. And you can tell it dropped it, and there was a maggot. Well, there was a maggot right there. And until all that stuff in the road is that, and then went over to the middle of the road here, and there's more yummies.
What is that?
Intestinal innards. There's more there. So our fly population is going to get bigger.
Drag marks here?
These are drag marks. Yeah. You want to put your foot there so you can see? You can walk right next to it. Like that's how big it is. I guess I got tired after a little bit. Yeah, it dragged it across the road. Daddy, you okay with being in a video? Yes? No? Okay. I was just going to put it up here.
Where do you see it dragged across the road?
You can see the drag marks.
Oh, way up there.
Yeah, it goes that way and then it goes that way up the hill. Probably over a fence. Yeah, it's a very clear trail, huh? once you see it. It got tired just right over there.
I think it went up.
Yeah. Here's more hair. Deer hair. And this goes back onto my property so I can... Ooh, there's the vultures. Hi, vultures. Thank you for leading us south, but we would have figured it out with the trail anyway. So it must be right here. All right.
You got dizzy here.
Yeah, a little bit, huh? Yeah, here's all the vultures.
Remember, tell you exactly where it is.
I think it's right here. Look at this. Okay. So I'm gonna set this here and you guys get to move it if a car comes.
What, for cars?
Is it okay? So we see the drag marks there, but there's a deer trail that's pretty well established right there.
I'm just gonna look and see if I can see where it dragged. So things I'm looking for are actual drag marks, which this is dragged pretty good, but I don't know if it's from the deer or not. And also deer hair or bear hair on the barbed wire. But it's pretty low right there. Let me just jump up here. And this is where the vultures are sitting in the trees too. So we know it's not very far in there.
Can the camera hear you from there?
Yeah, it should be. I should have got my other mic, but. Alright, ready to see something funky?
Be careful.
Move the camera?
Huh?
Can you move the camera?
If you want to, but it's kind of in the right spot, I think. You can look at the back and see.
I worry about a car coming by.
You will hear it before it comes.
We can do it.
So you might have noticed
Yeah,
by
the
now I
concrete,
have a thing kind of
I
like a
don't know
fanny
what-
pack there. Those are 2 wildlife cameras, and I just put the belt part around my waist instead of around a tree. So I actually do like carrying them like that. I've never done that before, but it's really efficient.
Okay.
I would say if a car comes to this.
If I were a bear, I would have taken it over here. You want to see if I'm showing up on there?
Wave your arms. Oh, there you are.
Right here. This is where it went over, or where something has gone over. And that one just came up off the ground over there. You want to try and hand the camera up?
You want to bring it up there?
Yeah. So my mom just asked me a good question, and that is it there now? Because I shouldn't be going after it if it's there now. I can smell it. The vultures have been around, and I just saw a vulture take off from the bottom, from the ground, and so I do not believe a bear is there now. Hey, there could be, but I doubt it. So this is the trail it went up that I tried to go up and I couldn't. I slid. And you can see from here, right there, you can see the plants are mashed down. And entrails. And right here, there's deer fur. Now that could be from other things, except this is deer fur that with nasty stuff. So I saw the vulture over there. That's where we're gonna go. There's a cut tree over there. I know this area on the other side of the fence. This is my property. So I'm gonna go over there.
Be careful.
Yeah, I will. I don't think there's any down here. There's some further up. All right.
This is your property now, right?
Yeah, this is my property. So the trail that goes this way, that's a kind of a deer trail. I don't know how it would have gotten up there, but right over there is where I saw one on the ground.
I'm talking about a vulture here. I saw a vulture on the ground.
Yep. Oh, there is some poison oak right here.
I think I smell
Yeah. So there's deer hair on this fern. And this deer is at the point that the hair is coming out easy. So if it's dragging it, it's gonna come out easy. So I'm gonna see if I can see where it went and not get poison oak. Oh boy, this right here, it definitely rubbed against that log. Yeah, there's a lot of hair right there. All right, so there's a lot of hair here, a lot of hair there. Where's the hair now? I know it's gonna drag hair. There's drag going that way, but I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go up a little bit and see. I'm not seeing any more deer hair. Or fur. Definite right there. Definite right there. Maybe it did go that way. Okay, let's try that way. Well, there's a big footprint here. The big footprint right there. And right there. And over this way. So I think it went this way. I'm not finding any more deer hair. Okay, I'm not finding any more deer hair, but I'm gonna head up and see where the vulture was on the ground, and maybe that is where it is. Yeah, I lost the deer hair trail. Do I just need to sit here quietly? I'm gonna go to where I saw the vulture and see. Huh? Could be in a tree.
For some reason this early on I was not tuning into all the flies. I was close.
See anything in that tree right there?
I don't see anything. Sun's in my eyes.
All right, so I lost a trail because I didn't see any more dragged fur, and there's a lot of highways here. So here's an example of one of the highways. And by highway, I mean trails that animals take. And like there's another one that goes that way. The vultures were over there. But I'm gonna follow this way a little bit. My parents are with me. They're on the road though, so it parallels the road a little bit, just a little bit. Polo. Ooh, there's a chestnut-back chickadee. So when I do my food forest in here, I'm going to keep in mind this trail and maybe let them have it. Well, here's some fresh poop. It's not bear poop, but it's, I don't know, someone has problems. Okay, there's a vulture circling, kind of waiting for it to find its spot. I can see, I thought, so my parents are down at the road, they just shouted for me. That tree right there is where I lost the trail, but I saw a vulture uphill, like directly uphill from that. There's a vulture flying around. There was one. We've been disturbing them. I don't know where it is now, but I'm gonna go straight down, I think. Fold up my tripod and go straight down. I should not have brought my tripod. Camera's fine. This is how I'm carrying my cameras. Pretty good. Well, I found it. So what I did lose the trail down there. I thought it might have gone up these logs, but didn't see any hair sign. So this is about where I saw the vulture come from, and there's a stump here with a bunch of poo on it. I think that's probably where it was. So what I did is I found a trail that went up because I didn't feel like climbing up the log. And then yelled for my parents to go to, actually I texted them, to go to where we came up because I could see that tree, I thought I could see the tree, and I did. And so you were there, and I'm like, okay, I am where I think I am. So then I went straight down, and partway through I was kept on looking in the trees, looking at the ground, all that stuff, and then I started listening for flies. And as soon as I heard the flies, I smelled it. Bear had a good meal last night. I really wish we had a camera on it when it had a good meal. It's basically gone. The ribs are there, and I'll show you guys. And I'm gonna put some cameras on it. So this is what it is. So there's where it is. You can see there's a hip bone way over there. And it's all crumpled up here. That bear had a feast. A feast of feasts. So my neighbor 2 properties over this summer had a mama bear and 2 of her cubs hanging out. So I'm wondering if there were 3 bears here last night. So I am going to put some cameras on here. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to get. Most of it's gone, but I'm going to put a couple cameras out here. You figure that can't hurt. Hey, maybe a couple come back. This is before I took a really close look at the video, and it's definitely one male bear. And here's a definite trail going that way. That's probably where it left to. This looks pretty fresh right here. So I'm gonna put some cameras up. That's where it came from. So that big tree, not this one, but that one down there, that's the last place I saw the fur. It came up these logs, I think, those logs to here. I did not bring my clippers with me. That one's still alive, apparently. Looks dead, feels dead. So at this point, I'm gonna put up a camera on this tree here. There's a good trail here that I think is where the bear went by. There's a trail that goes this way and the trail that goes this way. So I did not bring clippers. So I'm going to put up a camera here because I'll get this trail and this and that trail. And I might put one up. I have 2 on me. This is how I've been carrying them. Which I think is a lot better than I was looking for my harvesting thing, but actually feels fine like this. Come on. Okay. Doubles as a belt. Like my camera belt. Anyway. So, the meal is right there. I'm not going to focus this on the meal. I'm going to focus on the trail. It's a very well used trail, so we'll get something. And I'm going to guess deer and bear for sure, and deer and maybe even elk. So I'm going to put it a little higher. I'm used to doing things like badgers and kit foxes, so they're much lower. They're like a couple feet off the ground. But I think if I do higher, that will be better. Now, ideally, I would have brought clippers, and there's deer hair right here that dragged it up this way and around. Ideally, I would bring clippers and clip these off, but it's not what's happening. So, these are the cameras I'm using, and we're going to have increase in fly population, I'll tell you that. I think we can adjust it, but I think I'm going to go for this high. You know what I might do? I might just put two. I brought two cameras with me. I might just put two on the same tree and face them different directions. That might be interesting. I definitely want to get the intersection of these two trails. There we go. And yes, I know I'm leaving my scent. So, I'm going to aim it like that, and then I can actually on this, when I go to setup, what do they call it? They call it aim. Well, that makes sense. Go to aim, and you'll actually be able to see on the picture where it is. So I'm going to actually go over there and make sure that's where I want it, because I'll be able to see myself. Yep, that's where I want it. Okay, so that one's good. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, close it up, and then the other one, I'm going to face it down. I can always change things later. Got to remember where this is. That might be the hardest part. Because the other one's looking uphill, this one's looking downhill. So there's a difference in height. I'm gonna have to put it at ground level. Jeez. So there's my setup. That is at the base of the tree to get things coming uphill, and the higher one is to get things from where I'm standing. And again, there's our lovely carcass. Can you guys imagine having to carry a whole deer up this super steep hill? I can't. It's a big job. The big dirt area here not too far away. Wonder if it took a nap or what. Check it out. Let's see. Big prints going that way. So, I'm following this way. House is right there. That white stuff is the roof. So I'm following this trail back to my house because I want to be able to get to it a little easier than I got to it this time. So here's another little bed area in the middle of the trail. Let's see if there's more. All right, if there's any bears, I'm coming your way. Oh, there's deer poop, so the deer trail. All right, and there's my house. So the rest of the day there were vultures. Not as many as the days previous, but there were vultures, ravens, and you know they were hanging out a lot. Things are a little more scattered. There's a lot less to eat, but they're more scattered, so they're kind of picking at things. And so I came back, collect the cards, switch them out, just because I wanted the maximum space available for the nighttime. This is what was left when I changed the cards in the camera, and I thought there was not much, but apparently the bear thought it needed to come, which is exciting. That little nose smudge made smudges on the pictures, and I cleaned it up a day after that because I didn't realize. boy, there's nothing left. So that's where everything was. Right now there's the rib cage, or the rib, not ribs, spine right there. I see one jawbone down there. There was two. And here's the rest of the, or not rest of, but some of it. The rib cage, and then a couple legs over here, so it's been redistributed. I don't see where the head is. Maybe I'll look. Oh, I think it might be down. I can't tell what that is or was, but very little evidence left here. And I'm gonna change the card in the camera. All right, so I'm at the trail cameras again to check. They're still here, and I just noticed this is what's left of the skull. So this is the top part of the mouth. The teeth are down below. So up here is where the skull was. So that probably got crunched. There's ribs and spine there. There's ribs over there. One scapula is here. The other one is over here. And there's a little bit of skin left here, which I don't remember seeing before, so it must have been dragged. There's a little wasp. So, pretty impressive scattering, and they certainly made quite quick work of it. Most of the bear, some vultures, and at least one coyote, and whatever else we find on these cameras. So, I do need to clean off this camera. Oh, I see the smudge now. That smudge is from a bear, either nose or mouth. I'm not sure which. But, oh, and I forgot to bring my cleaning things. I'll just do... There we go. Hopefully that's enough. I was going to bring a cleaning thing. Alright, so let's collect this and put in a new card. Oops. As far as stinkiness goes, it actually doesn't stink too much. This one, that little bit of skin and fur is really what's left, plus what's left on the leg. So it actually doesn't smell too bad here, so that is good. So I just want to make note of the trails here. This trail that I'm on right now is fairly wide this way. It's somewhat wide this way, kind of little creep over there, but then it widens up again. I don't actually know if the bear came in this direction before. I know when it drug the prey up, came from down there. It climbed on that log, I believe. And we did get a shot of a coyote. This trail right here, which here's the same height, so that's open. That's not. So it's much lower. Definitely a trail. But if I were to stand here, like here's my leg, here's this, so it's like, I would say it's a little bit lower than the bottom of my butt. So it's a much shorter trail than this trail here, which goes off that way and that and that. So I'm just kind of gauging what a bear trail might look like, and I may be, this is my one data point, so I may actually not be seeing that, but I just want to, as I come across these things that I know a bear has been at, I want to know what it looks like for future. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you are like so excited like I am about this bear. It's been around. I checked the cameras again and it came back on the 26th. So you can look at the date at the bottom of the other stuff and figure out how many days that is, because I don't remember. But it just passing through. So I now know which direction it came from for that pass through. It wasn't clear to me when it came back to finish its meal, that's what was, what direction it was coming from. But now I know at least it comes from one direction. So while this is a homesteading channel, we are going to have some camera trapping. I'm a wildlife biologist. I love this stuff, and we have a live chat every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. However, this coming Monday, which is the first Monday of every month, it's going to be on Thursday. So same time, 6 p.m. Pacific time, but it'll be Thursday, this coming Thursday. Every other Monday, it'll be a Monday. So thank you for watching. I hope you're excited. I hope that you put up your camera traps. I will be putting out a intro to camera trapping playlist that I will have some really, really, really good tips. I've been doing camera trapping for, I think I put my first one out in like 2004. So maybe, no, but probably before then, because I think we did. Anyway, I've been doing it for a while, and I've been doing it for my work and for my play and all that stuff. So I do know a lot about it. And if you have been doing this, share your knowledge in the comments, and we will have a good time. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We're going to go for an adventure here, and we'll get back to some more homes. This is still homesteading. We got to know what's here. If there's a bear here, you want to know. But we're going to go back into that content as well, and talk about all sorts of stuff as the channel progresses. So thank you. Like, subscribe, share it around, all that good stuff, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.